Hey guys, Glenn here. Um, this was a really close war, and it's just really too bad that we lost by 1 star and a little bit of percentage. But great war. Definitely, I think this was a bit of a mismatch, and it did make it a lot harder for our guys to try to match their stars. But we did really well, I guess. So I'm at fault a little bit for the fail on number two. That was a tough base. I've never 3-starred a Town on 11 before, so please excuse me on that. So I want to go through. So this video is going to be all about haste. Haste as in the spell placement, and rages and LaLoon. Because I love LaLoon and I can't get enough of it. So I want to show some replays that I saw and point out what people are doing kind of wrong, I guess. And it's basically what's costing the whole raid. So if you look at this base, this base has been hit like 6-7 times by our Town Hall 9s, and they're all very similar. They have a kill squad. You're going to go in, take care of the CC, take care of 1 or 2 air defense, and the queen if possible. I believe the goal here was enter in here, but the surprise Tesla takes care of the wall breakers, so he's forced to burn the jump, which he probably planned to put about there. Here's the CC that comes out, and he will take care of the CC. He will take care of 1 air defense. Maybe not the air defense he had in mind, because he was probably he was planning to jump toward the queen probably, but he does get the air defense, and he goes ahead with this attack. Now, here's where the problem is for me as to why this attack did not work. First of all, he should have scouted and realized that there is a sweeper here, meaning you should try your best not to put loons there unless you must, but with a early haste. And if you have a sweeper blowing on your balloons, your haste better be closer to your loon, not too far in, because you're not going to get the benefit of that of that spell. And see what I mean. So first of all, what I would have done here was entering in with the hound. I would have hasted here immediately, because there's too many defenses, layers and layers of defenses to get to that air defense. So right now there's nothing to get to this air defense to help the hound. What needed to happen was haste here, another haste here for the loons to travel into the air defense, which he doesn't, and it costs him the hound and the raid. So we'll see. He's only got, he's got 3 hounds, which is a lot of hounds. 1 pops. He's got 1 remaining. Notice how there's no loons here placed yet until now, after 2 hounds are dead. And the second hound dies. Here's the third hound. And I don't know if you noticed, but the haste here didn't do anything for him with that loon. Everything was pushed back too far. He's still got a hound left just because he was facing 2 air defense with no, I think 1 air defense. Was it? Yeah, I think it was 1 air defense he was facing with 3 hounds. But the reason why all 3 pop is really because he does not calculate the loon pathing and how early it needs to go to the air defense and such. And just that this was a long trip, and he waited to see how much that loon gets to the air defense before going ahead with putting in the 3rd hound, even though both hounds were getting murdered right there. So let's go to another replay. This is another attack that I found very close. I'm not picking on you guys, by the way. I'm just showing where the mistake was. Just a little mistakes that could have been fixed or just a little bit modified so that you do get the 3-star. So here he gets a really lucky queen pull all the way outside of the wall, so the king beats on her and she will die without using any kind of spell or nothing. He hasn't even gone into the base, and notice he's already lost his golem, which isn't very good, but he does get part of his bowlers and queen inside to take care of the CC, which is great because that baby dragon can do a lot of damage. Does a heal to try to save his bowlers and queen, even the rage, and it helps in taking out one of the air defenses. So this is great. So let's see what he does here. He sends in 2 hounds to the first air defense, and he places the loons in a way that it cannot get to the air defense, and you'll see how. There is no loons for the archer tower because of the sweeper. Everything's pushed back. He's forced to burn 2 haste just for the entry point, and that air defense is not going down for a long time. And even though that air defense is not going down and the balloons are not traveling to 9 o'clock, he's already got his 3rd hound inside, and his hound is pretty much dying. And he's now sending in more loons really late to try to back up that air defense. Notice how that hound is just about to pop. His first hound is going to pop soon when it tries to get to the 3rd air defense. So he's going to run out of hounds. Also, notice how he took a while to get to this air defense here. And these balloons are pretty much screwed going this way. These loons have to get to the air defense quick so that it saves the hound and the loons from dying too much. But notice how he sends 2 here and 2 here with a haste closer to the one by the cannon. What does that mean? It means now those balloons have no choice but to avoid the air defense because it got to the cannon first. So it travels to the archer tower and then the wizard tower and then to the air defense. He basically loses all 2 hounds there. He doesn't have enough hound to get to the last one, even though he had 3 hounds. For 3 air defenses, he could have saved that hound to help out at the end, but that last air defense there is never a hound on top, and he gets little short for the 3-star. If he had maybe taken down that air defense, maybe that could have been the difference to 3-starring this base, but little slow on the loons, haste not placed right so that the loons path to the air defense. These are very small things that if you paid attention to, it would have made all the difference. So here, if you look at this attack using 1 golem, bowlers, 3 hounds, this attack, he just crushes this as if this is like the worst Town Hall 9 base this war. Even though I say it was one of the best ones, better ones. Takes care of the CC. 1 air defense. He may get lucky with the 2nd air defense here. Notice how he sends the loons and the haste in a way that the loons are really benefiting from the haste. Now also, if you compare this attack to the previous, he's got the haste to take out these 2 together and then this, which is why everything moves so much faster in this one. He's got 2 hounds for this air defense, and unlike the attack that you saw previously, he's got the loons on the archer tower first, and you'll see what big of a difference that makes in the loon pathing to get to the air defense. Archer tower gone, they go to the cannon, and they all have to travel right to that air defense. He's got 1 hound remaining, 1 popped. Here's 1 fresh one for the last one, the last air defense. And he's just pushing in the loons with haste, and it's the right haste placement and the right balloon placement to get to that air defense. And basically he swags a heal. He could have saved it for the last couple loons if the hounds were all gone. But notice he did it so fast that even with just 3 hounds, no CC hound, his hounds don't even, one of his hound doesn't even pop. And really that's all there is to it. It's just pathing the loons to the air defense most efficiently and executing it with the right kind of timing, and that makes all the difference. I want to show this attack because this also has a good idea, understanding of the LaLoon portion of the raid. So what I think is ideal and a good idea is to try to always place the haste. The haste rule should be for the outside loons to get into the core as soon as possible. That's when haste should be used, more so than in the core where it's just inches away from the air defense to try to push that haste, push that those loons into the air defense. It's better to try to push in a lot of loons that are new coming into the base from outside. If you can push them into the core quickly, I think that's better and more beneficiary for the haste on the loons. So another thing, just where the haste is placed, I always like to think of it as you need to try to place the haste so it's just outside of the air defense range. So basically, you're trying to push in the loons quickly into these point defenses just before they meet the air defense. And to try to put the haste too deep and too close to the air defense, I feel like the balloons are just not going to get to the haste soon. So it's not, yeah, it's just, I don't see it that great when you try to place haste right above the air defense or too close to the air defense. It's better for them to get the push from the haste and then end up on the air defense without the haste. I don't know if that makes sense. So here I put the haste just at the edge of that air defense range, so they get the push and they're immediately getting targeted, and they take out the air defense. They will get a full CC lure. I'm gonna pull them up all at the top with a couple of barbs and king queen to get rid of all the CC. So after that's done, my pathing here, see what happens is I need to get to this air defense, ultimately this inferno and this. So what I need is I need loons coming in here and loons coming in here, because this loon is gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, which is gonna take forever to get to the air defense. But if I send loons here, I know that's going to have a one trip to the air defense. That also cuts this air defense for the balloons coming to the sweeper to go ahead and go for the sweeper. Also, the reason why I went from this pathing is because I'm basically trying to avoid the sweeper at all costs. So I am not sending any, you're going to see that I don't send loons that way. I don't send any loons on that mortar. And I'm also avoiding this, but because I cannot avoid it, because I need to cut these defenses and this air defense for my loons to path to the inferno at the end, you'll see that. I do use a haste here to get to these two things quickly, and that's how I get the 3-star. It's really just timing, executing, and speeding up the haste, more so for the loons coming in from outside than trying to get the loons inside the base all hasted. So the pathing here is 6 loons on the archer towers. They're going to path right to those 2 archer towers. Notice I haste in the first the group to more on the left. That group hasted, not the one that's coming from farther away on the right archer tower, just because there's more trips that the left loons need to make as well. They need to be able to cut the sweeper so that they have the, they can travel right to that inferno. So they're all in the inferno. I totally ignored the mortar, so my loons do backtrack, but that's okay. They come right back. Notice that that haste there again was placed more on so from like the outer ring than say like here to try to get to the inferno or the wizard tower, because it's better just to get the new loons that are coming in from outside to be hasted into the base quickly rather than trying to wait for them to come to the core area for them to get the haste. So here again, I invested 2 hounds for the first 2 air defenses, so I'm sending in the 3rd hound coming in from this way. Notice I already have the loons placed down immediately because of the Tesla and the 3 defenses here, and I have the loons here. I don't send it to the cannon because it can go to the mortar, or it could also go. I mean, it can also go to the archer tower, and then maybe to the air defense, but with the wizard tower too. I just knew that coming in from the archer tower here, and me hasting it, it's going to go to the cannon next, and it doesn't go to the mortar. They go right to the air defense. So that's how the last group of loons pathing worked. And I have like 10 loons left going to the last part of the base, last compartment, and I get the easy 3-star. The warden ability in this attack, I don't think I used very well, but I don't think I needed warden's ability anyways. I think I could have gotten the 3-star without it. And because even though I only have three, it's max, but three hounds, I do get all three air defenses and both infernos with none of my with one of my hound not dying, which saves all my loons. And that really just goes to show how fast you need to do things, how well you need to plan the loon pathing and haste, so that you get that sort of pathing down right. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make me proud, guys. Keep it up.